All right, good morning, traders. Sound check, please. Jared, Summer Trader, Bill Z, Michael, and Jen, Bob B, Hal, Ellis. Good morning, guys. Who else is in here? Crisis. Everybody else that's in the room, welcome. John, how are things going? All right, so markets, treading water, sideways to down, volume running away, decreasing. Nice, nice drop yesterday. Today we're now flat to up. I'm showing 0.01 to the upside, so flat. Let's see if there will be an attempt to to fill the gap. Same with the Qs, flat to up. Russell, flat to down at the recent highs, and the same for the diamonds. Okay, let's jump into the gappers. First Mr. Gapper is SNY. Let me see here. Looking to the left. All right. It would be too good, right? If there was nothing looking to the left. Come on. There we go. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Now breaking out of the resistance into this whole chop area. Maybe the initial trade. Maybe we could have an initial trade to the upside. But there's so much going on here. Looking at last year's August, July, June. There's a lot of data here. Let's see. 67. Yeah, right in the middle here. Not sure. Not sure about this guy. Nothing stands out until 48, and we're almost there at 48. Nothing stands out in this chop as a something. There's the single candle, and then $48.50. Yeah, generally speaking, there's a lot of resistance here, right here where we are in this SNY. So definitely, definitely, if anything, I will look for trading the range. Say first half an hour if we establish the range. Because to be honest with you, I did not see it. I did not load enough data here. SFX, SFIX. SFIX is the next one. Third day up, 8.9%. And there's also some resistances here looking to the left. And I'm looking to fade this guy. Looking to fade. Good morning, Jimbo. There's another one right here at 29. PHI, overstretch condition. Not quite there as far as the percentage, 2.4%. To the downside, but we have nice count in days 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth day with the gap down. We might be exhausted here, gapping into support and overstretched. Looking for bounce early, and Anheuser-Busch. I don't understand what's going on with this company. In a downtrend here. breaking down low base. There is some support here. Actually, a lot of support. So I'll be looking for ranges. If we push down and start bouncing, I will be looking for shorting the bounces. Just like that AOS, I did not have time. Well, I wrapped it up a little bit early. AOS yesterday, same story, right? We weren't sure if it's going to break the pivot, and it finally broke and started building the low bases. And I took this this low, and I grabbed this move to the downside, which allowed me to pull out break-even day. Anyways, the usual suspects, that's where the money could be today. Apple pointing to a long trade. Facebook short. Square, we don't know yet. Microsoft short trade. PayPal, we don't want to touch PayPal for first half an hour or so. Micron pointing to a short trade. Twitter, short trade. Roku pointing to a long trade for right now. Bob has A and NL okay. A and L okay. This is nice. Pivot break. What is this wick? 2650. It's got to be a bad print or something. Very nice pivot break and a base break. Base break and break of the previous highs. Very nice. Jared has PHR. Another good one. Does it make the volume? That's the question. Let's double check the volume. PHR not quite making the volume. Average volume 867,000. But a nice setup. If you don't mind trading, lower volume stock, you could be trading this one. I'm gonna take it off. Let's just watch it. This A, what is it? Some technology stock. This might be a runner as well. How come I did not pick on those? A lot of good looking setups. This PHR looks good, but low volume. NLOK looks good, makes the volume. This A also looks good. This is yesterday's news. Get out. Okay. But looks good. So for first candle or early entry, I will look for oh, this one is also below 20 bucks, the PHI. Two stacks on the fence. One with price, one with volume. Alright guys, what about news on schedule? Do we have anything today? Forex Factory. Nothing. They will be selling the bonds. No news. No news for US dollar. So should be good. All right. Let's make some money. We have 3 minutes till the market starts. Please remember the principles: trade small, win big, find tight entries for your size. Always know what's at risk getting in. Use stop losses and don't average down. I'm trying to decide which one I like the best here. I really like this guy PHI. But how come? Oh, okay. This guy traded 400,000 shares at one price. Is that even possible? Oh, that's the problem here. There's no pre-market trading here. I don't see any that's yesterday. So we might not even gap with this guy. All right, 2 minutes. Let me grab some more coffee, guys. I'll be right back. Roku looks pretty strong here. With the dollar stop if it stays in this range here, 147.50. I'm gonna go long Roku. Micron holding for right now. BUD very tight range. This A is going. First candle pretty big for it's about to trigger long 83.60, 82.7. I'm gonna go long here right now. Small. I'm in. Stop 82.60. Dollar stop. Okay, canceling the Roku trade. $28.75 SFIX. There's some resistance. Let's see if there's going to be a form here somewhere. BUD, what is going on with this range here? Is it even trading 100,000 shares? This A, right at my entry point. NLOK. Let's wait for first pullback. PHR 60 cents spread on $30 stock and not moving. PHR off the list. This NLOK, I'm gonna stock it for first retracement. I think this one is really worth watching. Facebook short below the low here. There's a lot of support right in this area. So let's wait for break of the low and then short retracements maybe. A, I'm long. A first candle trade. I don't like how it's slowing down, but I'm already in it. Yeah, Micron. I was watching this Micron. Um, we could get on the first retracement with Micron. I didn't like that wick, so I'm gonna have to discount that wick and set my stop below the solids after first retracement. I was watching it. I'm watching it on another screen here. Looks solid with the pre-market. Market lower. Apple at the gap fill and going lower. Facebook, like I said, let's wait for a bounce here. And if we break the low here and try to short, Square with a trade, I missed it. That's all it gives. Red bar ignored here in the making for NLOK. 2650 is the high here in pre-market. 2650 stop below the low. I'm gonna try it. Right above 2650. Stop below the low of the session. Security isn't tradable. What? I can't trade this. So let's not waste time watching it. Okay, A, first retracement. Apple just falling apart here. Intraday, of course. Facebook, big reversal candle. Big volume. Square, very nice. Let's watch Square for failure here somewhere. Potentially halfway through, maybe below 67. We'll get a retracement or something like that. Reversal rather. So this A I'm gonna add above the high and I'm gonna cut my stop. So double the size, same risk. 83.80 right above. Got my buy in place. Roku triggering along. What's the 147.50, 145. I'm going long Roku above the high. Stop below the low of the session. About $2, over $2 worth of risk. Micron, missed Micron, first retracement, already triggered going higher. Okay, A, I'm gonna cancel my ad. It's dropping below the pivot. So I'm canceling my buy in A. Roku. So far so good. Let's see where it takes me. I'm gonna be looking, if it works, I'm gonna be looking for add and reduce situations in Roku. The perfect scenario would be this 160 gap fill today out of Roku. Holding my breath, actually, believe it or not, because Roku is more than capable of a volatile move like this. Good morning, Mr. Fish. How's it going? Just pulled the trigger on Roku, and in a first candle trade, looks like it's falling apart on me. You tired? It's only 9:47 your time. Apple, look at this potential short. I don't want to jump the gun. It's still we still have a couple seconds in this candle, but short below the candle, stop above the candle. I don't want to know what you were doing, Mr. Fish. I have an idea. All right, short Apple below the candle, 266.7. I'm in. Stop above 267.20. Low of the session target. Okay, I'm protected. That explains it all. Watching Eagles. Who's Eagles? Kidding. A, yeah, it looks like a losing trade. It went past the halfway through this first move. Unless it starts rounding here, it might be a whole morning trade if it's going to be, coming back to zero and in green. But my bet is it's going to stop everybody out first. Roku thinking. I'm thinking about adding. If we get a red bar ignored, I will add. Apple not working so far. Bouncing. I have a very tight stop. That's unusually tight entry for Apple. Hopefully it works, but it's bouncing right now. Okay, 148.75. I'm adding above 148.75 and moving my stop to 147.20. I added to Roku and my stop goes right below this candle from 944. 147.80, 147.17, 147.17. Okay, I'm protected. Let's watch Apple, what it wants to do. Potentially green bar ignored in the making here. Jammed up in between moving averages. Here we go. And this A, that looks like a low base to me. Okay, go Roku. Go for 150. I had to go and check on my baby Chloe. Mommy went with Maya for a bus stop. And Chloe was way too quiet. Believe it or not, she's just watching her cartoons. That's unusual. So Roku, very nice. Stopping at the quarter over 149. I hope there will be continuation. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on here looking to the left. But once we through it, we should get to that 150 and higher. Good morning, Kathy. Oh, Apple is not working. Looks like a bull retracement off the bottom here that I got on and going higher. Potentially to stop me out. This A, not looking too great. My stop is below 80. Where is it? 82.60. So clearly below the low, and this looks like a bear retracement. That's what I said. It looked like a low base. Now bear retracement. Okay, Apple failing. There's another entry if it goes any lower than this 266.48. That should be your entry short. Stop above 267.20 or 200 moving average, your choice. Looking decent. I'm already in with the stopping tail entry. And Roku, damn. Can't win with that Roku. Yeah, it's got all the way down to 147.25. I can't hold for that far. Or I can 147. Oh yeah, I can. That's where my stop is. A trying to reverse. Apple trying to break down. There's that intraday support here coming across from yesterday, and I'm sure there's more of that looking farther into the left. But once we through it, we could easily test the low from yesterday. 265, that would be awesome. Okay, A reversing. Yeah, so Apple, I'll be out here above the wick. Out of Apple. So still holding Roku and A. Micron looks like a nice ascending triangle here. Where would the stop go? 95, 40, about 50 cent. I'm going long Micron right now. Over 47, 45. Got my buy. I'm not in yet. 47, 47 is my buy. And my stop will go below the solids here. 46.97. 46.97. Right below 46.97. I'm in. Okay, stop below 46.97. This A is pulling in still. Roku created a pivot. Jimbo, why did you get out? We know Roku is very volatile, right? So I went and I set my stop below the previous candle green. You set your stop below the form, right? Red bar ignored, and it stopped you out by a few pennies. It still might go in reverse. Yeah, too tight. Did you add and reduce? You probably added and reduced. If it was a zero trade, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, okay. Jumped on the second one. That sucks, but yeah, I'm not sure if we put another leg up here. I'm still in this trade. Micron just triggered me in. Now the form is getting kicked. It's getting it looks more like a Ryzen wedge. Roku unable to clear the highs here. A potential entry off the bottom here over this 83.25. Stop low of the session. High of the session first target. I can't add to a losing trade here. Not fully positioned, but it would make no sense, especially that I don't really believe in this A recovering all the way up to the highs. Roku unable to push for new highs. If it breaks the pivot, I'm in trouble. Micron slowly. The form is becoming a Ryzen wedge, which isn't good at all. Looked like a nice triangle. There was no follow through here out of this 47.40. So thankfully I have my stop at the low of the session. I calculated my risk based on low of the session or open of the session. Yeah, Roku, if like it is a decent swing setup. It definitely is a decent swing setup, but I still have in back of my head that seasonality for this week. The worst week in December is the second week. Okay, another red bar ignored here from Micron. We need that move on volume towards that 48. Very nice, Michael. Congrats. How is everybody doing? How is everybody else doing? I am neutral on Roku, zero trade for right now. Same for Micron and underwater on this A, which triggered off the bottom here. Rogue is looking to break this form to the downside. I'll be sitting here back relaxing if I did not add to this trade in this red bar, but it looked like nice momentum is going on, and I decided to add to it. But I lowered my risk by doubling the size. I lowered my risk below my original one, so I should be fine with it. Micron, I'm sorry, not Micron, Roku. If we break this trend line, I think we should go and at least test those highs and potentially run towards that 150 if not for the whole previous swing. But first we have to start making a movement. 150, 150, 15150 could be the target. If we start making a progress to the upside for right now, bunch of chop challenging this 147.75 micron. Yeah, looks like it's rounding now. And this A, we'll see. All trades in red, printing red numbers. Spider actually reversing here off the bottom, above the opening price and in green. I have all my trades for long sides. Look at Apple's recovery. Tricked me into short. Reading Bob B's comment. This PayPal is presenting a decent breakout form here. Still below 200 moving average. And against some resistance, so maybe it's not that good of a form. But it's trying to pop over. hanging by the thread in Roku. Not looking too good. Micron, from another hand, trying to push for new highs on the day. GOOGL is Class A shares, and you should be trading GOOGL, in my opinion. That's the difference. Donna. Tapping tail in Micron. Roku is about to stop me out. I don't think it's gonna turn around and save the day. It doesn't look like it. NSA getting into a pinching pattern. Might go either way. I'm out of Roku. So far, I booked 2 losses. Small loss in Apple and Roku. Red day so far. Red trade in A and small green in Micron. Not booked. Okay, Micron pushing. I'll be looking for add and reduce situations in Micron. Micron going straight up, very nice. Okay, A is showing some signs of life. Micron getting towards the round number. I'm gonna move my stop in Micron since it's a profitable trade, not quite at 1-to-1 yet, but I'm gonna move my stop to this 47.30, this base right below 47.30. Okay, I'm protected. So I'm looking for a round number, 20 cent higher, and then a quarter over. And now that I look at Roku here, shocker, Roku stopped at 49 and a quarter, and that's where well, but the momentum was there. There was a big candle on highest volume on the day, made me believe that we will just blow through the quarter over the round number, and sure enough, it stopped Roku dead in its tracks. Then it failed to move higher and did not react, chose to take the stop. Well, I guess with Roku we have to be faster next time around. For what we know, Roku might just go down. Still above 200 moving average, but it's slowly fading. No buyers at those prices here. Yeah, I agree with Bob. It looks like it already is dead, the market. Micron, I'll be looking to move my stop right above this pivot. I'm sorry, below this pivot from 1036. And I'm gonna do it uh, now. I'm not gonna wait for clearing a new high, just in case. Just in case Micron will do the same thing Roku did. Created a pivot, no follow through, and stopped me out. So um, small green if I get stopped out here, 47.56. I'll be making 10 cent. 47.56, 47.55. Micron stop. Okay, I'm protected. This A, I did not have the luxury Bob did. It rallied almost to the top. Um, yeah, I'm not doing anything with this A for now. Thank you, Michael. PayPal never cleared that 200 moving average. The square, I would probably not trade that kind of a setup. Big candles on volume to the upside, then small red ones, and then just fade. Very nice trade if you did. Micron struggling here at the highs to go and test them. BUD holding that support and A. Breaking this short-term channel support, so that's not too good. But there's a lot of support here at this 83.25. So hopefully we bounce off of that and test the highs. Okay, I'm gonna tighten my stop right below this base 47.7, just in case it turns. So I have something here from Micron. Tightening my stop. If it goes higher, great. But if it doesn't, I want to book at least that 135 bucks that it produced. I'm protected. The A situation, I really hope that this will turn into a fallen wedge and pop towards the high so I can get out at zero. Don't want to over tighten my stop here. I could move it from this low here, 82 6 to this 82.80, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. 82.80. 82.80 for A. Of course, blowing underneath the charts while I'm muted. Helps for Micron right now. And looking to the left, we're banging our head against this pivot, intraday pivot from 2 days ago, right at this 47.80. Then we got 47.90. Then we got 48. So far, so good. Looks like Micron broke out of this little high base, not really clearing the highs. Yeah, and if it turns into a topping tail, no, it won't. You want to be out below 70 if you followed me going into this trade. Let's see. We got a chance for running towards that 48.90 and then 48. Almost clearing the high. Very nice. One good trade. If it was the only one, it would be a one good trade. Unfortunately, I lost a few bucks today in Roku and Apple. I don't know the outcome of that A trade. I might just leave it on trailing stop and check on it before 4 o'clock. Here goes Micron testing the highs. Very nice. You can always count on Micron as of late. Micron very good trading in past few weeks. Established a nice channel support here. Intraday, clear on the high, very nice. Okay, guys, so let's do a little recap. Shorted Apple. Shorted Apple here, the stopping tail. Stop right above it. And I actually called another short trade below the pivot that never triggered. And instead Apple went and took my stop. So that was the first trade that stopped me out, then Roku. And Roku, I'm gonna have to start. I don't know. That's 2 for 2 in Roku for this week. I went long this. I went long this distance, and it didn't quite get to 1-to-1. Added in this red bar right above the previous green and set my stop right below the previous green. And got stopped out here. And sure enough, Roku, no buyers, going for 200 moving average. If it breaks down, oh my gosh, there's a lot of support here. Anyways, intraday, but yeah, very disappointing. Roku, very disappointing as far as today. I don't think I did anything wrong except for ignoring the fact that Roku stopped dead in this area of a quarter above 149.25. Then it moved higher, created a pivot and started creating the lower high, and I didn't react again. I really thought that we will push for that 150 today. We had a fairly big candle going to the upside after this pivot, and no follow through. So there was a couple times I could have adjust that trade, but again, by adding and reducing, I was thinking that we will have the momentum trade to the upside towards that 150, potentially 150, 150. It didn't happen. So losing trade. Then this A was actually the first trade that I took for the day. Nice gap over consolidation. Took a long right above the first candle, stopped below it. Still in it with stop here below 82.80, slightly red, and waiting for higher prices. Maybe we'll round here and go higher. And last but not least, actually the only winning trade as of right now is the Micron break of this ascending triangle. I took a trade with the stop below the solids in those first candles. I discounted that wick. I got triggered in. It was giving me a little bit of trouble here. I started worrying that we might be turning into the rounded top here, and boom, the break comes, and now we're testing the highs, potentially going for the round number. And if I'm lucky enough and we get over that 48, I will be offsetting that my Roku trade and putting myself in slightly green, small green scratch, less than $100 in green. But we have to get up there. For right now, we're at red scratch, and we don't know what's gonna happen with this A. So it looks like I'm gonna have to sit here for a little longer and adjust this Micron if it goes any higher. And I am thinking, I'm pretty convinced that I'm gonna move I'm gonna turn my stop into a trailing stop, so I don't have to watch it, because it looks like if it goes higher, it will be a drag to the upside. All right, guys, 10:58. Questions, comments, opinions, suggestions, now would be the time. And if not, we'll be wrapping it up. All right, guys, thank you very much for being in the room. And as always, if you made money, keep it. Don't give it back to the markets. If you're red for the day, don't make it worse than it is. Save your bullets. Tomorrow's another day, and please remember, it's December. And I always say that at the beginning of December. It's almost well, half of December already. This isn't a month for making a big buck, right? Or trying to get back to break even or make your losses smaller. Just if you don't have to, don't trade in December. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye. Okay, and trading rules. 1 second, I'm gonna look at this A. So is the A good? Is it a good setup? Let's see. Is it a good setup or is it not really a good setup? The fact itself that it's not ripping to the upside after clearing this base and breaking out of this mess here, looking to March. That's a first, maybe not a red flag, but it's the first thing that would make me believe that we are not going to like rip. No volume in this breakout. Let's compare the legs, right? This one to this one. 85 maybe, right? 85 area. The channel resistance here is at 87, so we might be melting up. Okay, I got stepped out of Micron, right? We might be melting up towards this channel resistance. We slightly turning like a parabolic here to the upside, but there's no follow through here today, and that's not good. That's never good. So yeah, we're definitely breaking. If you're not sure, wait for a retest. Go into the to test that break at 8250, let's call it, and then find a top bottoming tail or a doji to go off of that to the upside. Because this breakout for me is weak, and now look, something must have happened. Something must have happened, but besides that, it's just not following through. You're trading within the first candle, essentially. We didn't clear the first candle in this pivot high. There's absolutely no volume. There should be a bigger volume on the daily by now, and there was not really too much volume in pre-market either. Yeah, not trading. So if anything, if you really like this setup, Jimbo, you might want to find an entry after the retest, after this A crashing on that 82, holding, and then off of that 82, try to trade it towards that 86 where channel resistance is. All right, guys. Later.